Good morning. It's morning for you all. You know, it's nighttime for me. So I am straight up trading from bed today, y'all. So before the morning bell even rings, let me get this housekeeping out of the way. Good morning, my sister. Always in my corner. Oh, my goodness. Thank you, Marilyn. Good morning. My name is Sandra, and welcome to my channel From Lack to Legacy. On this channel, we're all things money, investing, and mindset, particularly how to go from a scarcity mindset to a mindset of abundance. If this sounds like something that you're interested in, you found your people. What you've stumbled upon, if this is your first time here, first of all, welcome. Um, this is a trading learning community, and we get together mainly 2 days a week, mostly 2 days a week, so that we can practice trading options. We have experienced traders, we have people who've never placed a trade before. We have myself. I've only been trading less than a year, and most times we're paper trading. Today, I think I'm going to live trade for real out of my account because I'm expecting some big moves today. So some of the things I have on my watch list for today are QQQ, of course, Tesla, and I want to look at Ford. I think we can make some money with very little outlay with Ford. The market's been ripping to the upside, so we're going to see what happens today. Let me go ahead and get QQQ and get these charts pulled up so you guys can see. And let's get this day crack-a-lacking. I'm going to share my screen. Um, there we go. And so I've got Ford up. Ford has hit a high of 266. I'm telling y'all, look, I got them all queued up. Ford is looking pretty good. I'm thinking we might just hit the ground running. We got 1 minute. Let me get over here. I've already queued these up. So let me get over here and be ready to send this forward trade if it looks like it's going to continue going up. So I already had my OCO orders prepared for QQQ, Ford, and Tesla. So let's see. Let's see who does what. Let's get over to this chart. I got all calls for today. So Ford is taking a little dip. Let's see what Tesla's doing. See if Tesla looks like everybody. And let me check in on QQQ. See what QQQ is doing. Okay. QQQ is at 252.97. 99. Let's see. We're looking on the 5 minute. I'm going to look on the 2 minute just to see. And so those are some of the stocks that I wanted to look at today. But we can look at Netflix. I'm looking at Netflix to reject off of the 400. Tesla should be retesting at the 200, around 200. But Tesla can run. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens today. I like to kind of let the market settle before I jump in. It's really exciting, at the bell, you get excited, there's an adrenaline rush, but personally, I like to kind of wait. Okay, let's see. Tesla, I'm thinking is going to retest 200, and that's exactly what's happening. I don't think that it's going to dip much below 200, but we'll see. It's at 199. Let's see, QQQ. I'll just toggle back and forth between those three. If there's something that you want us to look at today, let me know. Drop it in the chat. I'm going to check out Market Watch. Looking like it's pretty green so far. Yeah, everybody's looking pretty good. Pretty good. Let's see. Oh, I'll get back to the chart. So I guess we can, let me see what Ford is doing. Ford is doing, let's see. Oh, shucks, we might have to jump on this Ford. Look at Ford, y'all. I think I'm going to go ahead on. I should have did it. I'm going to go ahead and do this Ford only because it's not that much. I think we're looking at, let me go ahead on and send this confirm and send forward and see what we come up with today for forward. I purchased 8 forward contracts. At least that's what I had queued up. 8 forward contracts. We're just waiting for that to fill. Let's see what happens. Let's look at this chart. 274, 272. I don't know. We'll see. If it doesn't fill soon, I'll stop it and redo it. 274. I don't know. Forward's pretty oversold. We'll see. We'll see what the day holds. 271, 272. I don't know. We will see. I got my stops set. Everything is set up in our OCO brackets. So really, it's kind of a set it and forget it kind of day, to be honest with you. So we will see. Hey, Natasha. Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome. The only trade that we have entered into so far, and I'm live trading with y'all today for real. So I don't know how much teaching we're going to do, but it should be exciting to watch and see what's happening. So I'm still waiting for this this order to fill on forward. I don't know why it's taking so long to fill. Well, Marilyn, keep me straight. If you guys can't see or hear me, let me know. 274, 272. Come on. I don't want to mark it into forward, but I may have to. I think I am. I'm going to, I'm going to come out of these. I'm going to go ahead on and mark it into forward, meaning I'm just going to get in the trade. So let me get myself over here to forward. Which ones do I want? This is forward 390. They've gone up. Let me move this over and we'll purchase, let's say 7 forward contracts. And we're just going to get in. Oh, no. Hold on. I want to mark it in. Nope. Edit. I'm going to go ahead on and mark it in and see what the day holds for us. Okay. So we just purchased those 4 contracts and we'll just give them some time to work and see what happens. I'm going to be following this forward chart just to see. So I just purchased 4 contracts. We got in about 275. So we'll see where we are with forward. We're down $3.50 with forward. That's why I like trading forward, y'all. It's like low stress. It's virtually no stress when you're trading forward. The total investment is about $300 on forward. So we'll see. That's what we're in total for. And I didn't do an OCO because we're sitting right here. So the other ones I do have OCOs on. I'm willing to risk maybe $25, 25 to 50 bucks on forward, $25 maybe. But we're in for $300. 10% would be $30. So, we got a little wiggle room. And then I'll go back over here. I want to pull up this watch list so we can see. If there's something in particular that you guys want us to look at, let me know. Let's see. QQQ. I'm just going to peek over. I don't generally like to jump in first thing in the morning. You see how crazy that is? Look at QQQ. Let's see what Tesla's doing. Tesla might be a better move. Oh, shoot. I may have to rethink our Tesla play too. I'm going to look. 407, 407.51. Look at Tesla. Hold tight, folks. Let me get over here and look at this Tesla. What we have already queued up. I think I queued up. Where's my order entry? Saved orders. Okay. So Tesla, 3 contracts. I may edit this and only do two Tesla contracts. Come down to 2. And I'm just going to confirm and send. I'm going to save that. I just want to look and see what Tesla's doing. I want to look at this chart. Oh, heck yeah. Hey, y'all, hold tight, hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. We should have been in on that. Confirm and send. Let's see if we can get some money on Tesla today. I hope y'all can see. I just want to look at Tesla's chart, 203.89. I'm not so sure why it's taking these orders so long to fill. Maybe it's a lot of people in the market. But that's what we're doing today. Tesla is taking off. Okay, as long as you can see and you can hear, Marilyn, we're in good shape. Okay, so Tesla's doing her thing, and we're not in there yet, y'all. Look at this. 204, that's a high. Come on. I don't know why these orders are taking so long to fill. I don't like it though. 204.34, 204.09, 203, 204. I'm okay if Tesla, all shoot. Look, this does not make sense. Okay, I shouldn't do it, but I'm going to. I'm going to edit this order. Let me see if I can. Tesla's working. I don't know why it won't fill. That's crazy. Look at it. Okay. Bam, I'm coming out of that one too. I'll mark it into Tesla too. Because the move is going. Trade, Tesla, where were we? I should do it right. I should do an OCO on this. 204.10. Tesla's so volatile. Market. I don't know. I'm going to look back at it. 204.44. Yeah, I think we're going to get left if we don't get in. So let's go for it. We can watch them. So maybe we're only getting one Tesla. I don't know what that meant, but buy single. Okay. Let me settle down. 204.24. Let's look and see what Ford is doing. What? Who do we have? What do we have going here? Ford. What the heck? Let me look at Ford. I need to focus on Ford. Okay, we might need to get out of Ford. I'm gonna give it a minute. Okay, I'm going back over to look at Tesla, y'all. Tesla was the darn move. Quick scalp on Tesla. All right. Well, let me get over here and see who's in the chat. Hey, y'all. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, Shauna. What's happening? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So it's a little different this morning, you all. And you all forgive me if my energy is low. I am tired. Y'all, it is 9:45 here. So I am only going to do 2 hours today. By 11 o'clock, y'all, I got to get into bed. But look at MU. Okay. Maryland, MU. Let me get over here and see. MU. Okay. Micron. Looks like everybody's taking this nasty little dip this morning. Let me pull up this. I'll put MU over here on our watch list so we can keep an eye on it. And so we were looking at Tesla as a potential. I don't have anything set up now except for QQQ because I dumped everything that was in my tray. So we're good though, because look, that's nothing but some choppy. Let's look at MU again to see what they're up to. And then I guess we'll just let the market settle and then get in. Woo, look at that. That would have been good for a put though. Hey, 74 all the way down to 72. That would have been nice. I wasn't thinking puts today though, to be honest with y'all. I was thinking, definitely thinking calls. So I'm hoping Ford will do a little rebound move here. Because if she keeps stepping down the way she's stepping down, we're going to have to get out of there. Okay. We'll see. We got a few days to work on it. We got a few days in Ford. And what I've invested so far in Ford is only $300. So, yeah, no. What you gonna do? So, how is everybody? Oh, hey Brenda, how are you? Welcome. Y'all know, listen, this is so unusual. Yo, I'm literally trading from bed. This is why I say you could do this anywhere. I'm trading from bed in Thailand. Not in Thailand, in Bali. Same thing. You can trade anywhere. You can trade from anywhere. You can trade anytime. As long as you have a computer and you have a decent internet connection, you in there. You can make things happen. So if there's something else you want me to look at, please drop it in the chat and we can just pull it up. Okay, if Ford gets below 250, I'm coming out of Ford, I guess. I don't know. We got 3 days. I bought a contract. It's 3 days, a 3-day expiration. So we got a little leeway. Let's look at who is up. Is anybody up? NVIDIA. Lord, look at NVIDIA. Well, there you go. There you have it. NVIDIA is just on a run, on a tear. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 straight minutes are up. NVIDIA and Ford says that it's up. This is from the close from yesterday, but that's not what I'm seeing. DraftKings did a little pop up this morning. What about Netflix? Netflix, it did a little shimmy, but not much. NVIDIA was the move of the day. The scalp for the morning, that would have been a cute little scalp. In and out in 10 minutes. I love these stair steps. Excuse me, y'all. 5, this 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Not surprised. And okay, Ford is 262. Let's see. Did we bounce back? Okay. That's cool. Let's see if Ford can recover and make us a few pennies on Ford. So far, that's the only thing I purchased is Ford. I think I purchased 7 or 8 contracts. And let's just look at the chart because Ford contracts are so inexpensive. This is the one that we got into. and it was 30 cent, which is 30, multiply. Wait a minute. Times 10, that's $30 a contract. And I think I purchased 7 or 8. So we're in for less than $300. That's our initial investment on Ford. Less than $300. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what Ford does today. Let's go look at this chart and hope she can get back up above this 278. That would be great. Or at least in the 270s. And we're just checking it out today. I'm going to check out Market Watch. Everything's, oh, shucks. That's a balance. We got a lot of green. Apple should be doing well. Let's check out Apple. Okay, looks like everybody did that little peak. 2, 4, 6, 8. And then this pullback. Okay. So let's see. See if we can make some money today, peeps. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Shauna, you sleepy? I'm sleepy too. At least you all sleepy in this morning time. I'm sleepy in this bedtime. I've been up all day. Y'all know I get up early in the morning. I'm an early riser. So I'm up, 5 o'clock in the morning. As soon as the sun is up, I'm up. So whatever time sunrise is, trust me, I'm up and I'm looking for the day, trying to figure out. Hey everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're live trading today. Marilyn said, let's look at MU. I don't know a lot about MU, so I thought I put it on the watch list. Let me put it back over here. MU. Did I? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. MU. Okay. Yeah, they took a little dip. It looks like they're just kind of holding on there. NVIDIA's still going, y'all. Really? Let's see how much an NVIDIA contract costs. Because NVIDIA is shimmying a woohoo. Yeah, $1,300 for one NVIDIA contract. Yeah, I think we won't be fooling with them with no real money. Not today. Not today, Satan. No, we won't. Let's see. I'm just gonna peek over this Ford. Oh, we're down $50, $59. So I'm not, my thing is $100 and I'm out of anything. I don't do anything. $100 is that's just like my limit, period. So we'll see how things unfold with Ford. But if it's something else you all want to see, let me know. If you have questions, oh, forgive me. I'm telling y'all, I'm sleepy. Forgive me if I seem a little off, because that's all it is. It's just been a long day. And it's just, it's 10 o'clock p.m. here in Bali. So just so if you're new, let me tell you what you're looking at. This is our watch list over here. And generally what I trade is QQQ. We can pick, I'll click on it and we can peek at that chart. Not a lot going on, just a bunch of chop, up, down, up, down, up, down. But QQQ is an ETF. And an ETF is like a bucket with a whole bunch of stocks in it. And some of the stocks that are in QQQ are on my watch list, like Google, Costco, Amazon, Apple, Meta, NVIDIA, PepsiCo. I don't have Pepsi on my list, so let me put PepsiCo on here. PEP. PepsiCo is in there. And AVGO, which is Broad Cam or Broad, I forgot. It's one of those. And those are the top 10 holdings in QQQ. QQQ is heavy in tech stocks. So if tech's doing good, whoa, look at that flush. Whew. Okay. Okay. We're not interested in that. That's why most people kind of let the market settle down first thing in the morning. Yeah, wow, that would have been great for some puts, y'all. Forgive me. Woo. Woo. That would have been a good move. 353 down to 352. I'm just saying, look at her drop like that. What the heck is happening? Get over here and look at this market watch. Ford's at 265. Okay, let me see if Ford is okay. Ford is kind of recovering, which is what we want to see because I brought Ford calls. So I purchased calls because I believe the price of Ford is going to go up today. So that's what I'm looking for. These green, of course, green means the price is going up. These red candles signify price declining. So let's see what we got going. Yes, yes. At 10 o'clock, it is bedtime. It's bedtime for Bonzo. So I'm holding on. I'm hanging in here with y'all. Okay, Micron Technologies, 40 years and oh, let me put that up, y'all, so you all know. Okay. So it's a tech stock too. Okay, cool. We need to be watching. I wonder what's going on with these tech stocks today. Thank you, Marilyn. Marilyn is like our resident. I'm telling you, everything. Marilyn keeps this ship afloat. Y'all better know the truth. Okay, so let's see what else can we look at. So over here on the watch list, you can tell the things that are in red are down from the last close, and the things that are in green are up from the last closing price. So we're looking, the only thing that we have purchased today are forward contracts, and that is so sad. I'm just a little old lady, y'all. I'm just a little old lady. So here are the forward contracts. And just so you see, forward contracts are very inexpensive. These contracts are 29 cents, but we know we multiply this by 100 because we're actually taking control over 100 shares with each contract. So instead of it being 29 cents, it's really $29 to purchase this contract. And I purchased either 7 or 8. So we're in for less than 250. But we want to make some money today. We sure do. So we'll be watching Ford closely because that's the only those are the only contracts that we have open. And I'm really just waiting for the market to settle down to see if we want to purchase anything else. I'm going to look at Netflix. Ooh. See, these would have been, look at that. Well, that would have been, I was not thinking puts today, y'all. I was thinking because we got the debt ceiling information, like they were talking about the debt ceiling deal was going to be done. I figured the market, this is so sad, would continue to go up. So we'll see. I tell you one thing about it, you cannot predict. You just have to take what the market gives you. Oh, look at for, wait a minute. So is NVIDIA the only one? NVIDIA's up 6%. Okay, well, NVIDIA did her little shake and shimmy dance. And hopefully she will get caught up in these and bounce. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, so anybody in the chat, if you have any questions, feel free. If there's anything you want to know, we can go over while we're waiting. Indicators. I might as well just get this yawn out. We could go over our simple moving averages. We could go over time frames and why you look across multiple time frames. We could look at any number of things. So I'll let you guys kind of, what about PFF and TSM? Say less. Let's go check them out. PFF. Let's go see. PFF. I don't know what PFF is, but okay, let me get this out the way. So PFF is iShares. Okay, so they started out, they opened at $30.28. And it is, okay, look, we got a little something coming, got a little something happening here. The price came down to $30.18, and it got caught up here in the SMAs. This is consolidation. But it looks like it might be trying to, maybe have poised for a comeback. I'm looking to see if we get a crossover here. Well, the RSI is certainly going up. Shauna, why did you want PFF? Tell me what you know about PFF, because I know nothing about PFF. And then I'll look at TSM in a second. We're all beginners and continue learning. Yes, that's the truth. Natasha, we're all new. All of us. We do have pros that, well, I won't say that because they're varying levels, but I think right now everybody that's here with us that is at least in the chat is basically new, including myself. It's been less than a year for me. Yes, please don't hesitate. If it's something that you want to talk about, candlesticks, if you want to discuss, what these things down here mean, these are our indicators. This is volume. These lines here simply tell us the average price of this stock and what it has been over the last, I set mine at, I'll go over them for you, just so you know. And we'll do it with, since we looked at PFF, that was Shauna's pick. Shauna, do you have some particular interest in this stock for any reason? Or could you tell me how it came into your cognition? How did you hear about PFF? Okay, so while we're waiting and giving Shauna a chance to respond, Natasha, you see these lines here? This green is pink, blue, and yellow. These are called simple moving averages. Yeah. Y'all just gonna have to work with me today. Y'all have to work with me today. You see me. I'm holding on. I have had coffee, everything, trying to stay up. But Natasha, this is just what it says. It's a simple moving average. And every day it changes. Really, it's changing constantly because it's tracking the average price of this stock. And it tracks it for 4 different time periods. This one down here is our 200-day. So they take the average price of this stock over the last 200 days and they just plot it. And tomorrow, they'll add on the average price. And then whatever that is, they'll add it, drop off that other one, add this day on, drop the very first one off. They'll add the current day on, divide by 200. And then this is how you continue to get your average price over 200 days. This pink one is our 50-day. So it tracks the price of this stock over the last 50 days. And then the blue one, let me see. Yeah, the blue is our 20-day simple moving average. Same thing. They take the price over 20 days, they add it up, divide by 20, and then they come up with a value. And so all this is telling us, these lines tell us what the average price has been. So over the last 200 days, this stock has averaged somewhere between $30 and say 10 cents and $30 and about 20 cents. So over the last 200 days, this would track the average price. Over the last 50 days, that pink line tells you what the average price was. The blue line tells you what the average price was over the last 20 days. And the yellow line tells us what the average price was over the last 9 days. I'm so trying. You also, this all this is price average. These things that you're looking at here are called candlesticks. The red candlesticks let us know that sellers were in control. The price is going down. So you can see that when price goes down, those candlesticks are red. As price starts to go up, the candlesticks are green. That's because sellers are overwhelmingly in charge for that period of time. I'm sorry, buyers. And so when people buy stock, the price tends to go up. As they're selling it, the price tends to drop. So red candles indicate a drop in price. These red candles tell us that for this, and I've got this on the 2 minute. So each one of these candles represents whatever sellers were doing for 2 minutes. So for the first 2 minutes of the day, the price dropped. And you see it dropped from, I'm using this little line here and I'm going over to the side to see it was $30.28. Yeah, that's what it was. And then in that same 2 minutes, it dropped down to a low of $30.22. So it was a 6 cents drop in 2 minutes. And that's significant for equity that trades at $30.21. 6 cents wouldn't mean much if we were talking about Tesla, because Tesla trades at over $100, because it costs so much. But for a stock like Ford that trades at $12, a 5 cent move is significant. A 10-cent move is significant. So candlesticks represent price action, what price is actually doing, what buyers and sellers are doing. These lines here tell us what the average price was. And if you come down here, this is volume. Volume simply tells us how many people were in the market. And because these candles are color coded, it also gives us an indication of who was in control. Like, were there more sellers in the market? Were there more buyers in the market? So when you see a really tall bar like this, it tells us that there were a lot of people in the first 2 minutes of the day, and it was a lot of selling. It was basically a little sell off there the first 2 minutes of the day. This tall green bar here tells us that there were lots of buyers in this 2 minutes of the day. So volume right here only represents how many players are in the game. And they're either buyers or sellers. That's all it can be. You're a buyer or you're a seller. This down here is called our RSI. This is a relative strength index. I've heard some people say relative strength indicator. Same thing for me. It's an indicator. And it helps us determine, like, where is price in this cycle? Is price trending down? Is price trending up? And we look at this in terms of a value of 70. This line, this top line represents 70. This bottom line has a value of 30. If this RSI ever gets above this 70, and it can do that when you have a lot of buyers in the market, once it gets up there, if it gets up too high, it can be overbought. And it can't stay up there very long. Once it's overbought like that, it'll eventually come down. If this line goes all the way down to the bottom, our RSI, down to 30 or less, then we would call that oversold. That means there were so many sellers that they sold off so much of this equity that it became oversold. And we can go over that in a Wednesday Zoom class if you all want to. We can go back over indicators. Y'all know I do not mind, because the more I talk about it, the more I can work it out for myself too. I'm actually learning. So, hey, Shauna, this thing is on the move. 2 minutes. Let's see what's happening. Okay. If we get a crossover here, that might be, might be time to do a little, do some work. Is anybody out there paper trading with me? Does anybody have their account up for paper trading? If so, let me know in the chat. So that's our RSI. It helps us determine if a stock is overbought or oversold. And we need to know that, because if a stock is way up here and it's trading and it's overbought, that's for me an indicator that eventually is going to come down. So I love to see it when it touches here, because that might be a sign to it's time to buy maybe a put, because you know that price can't stay up there long. It's eventually going to come down. And when it's high like that and it's getting ready to come down, you want to be there for that, because when you're purchasing options, unlike stocks, you can make money if the price goes up or if the price comes down. So that's why our RSI is important, because it's another indicator. It can give us, it's a buy signal. It can give you a buy signal. If it's all the way down at the bottom, you can see that. You can see how it's starting to approach the bottom. Eventually, it's going to go back up. So we want to look at that. I love to see it way down here. I love to see it way up there, because when it's way up here, it's got to come down. Might be time to buy a put. When it's way down here, you know it's going to go up. Might be time to buy a call. And so here comes a crossover too. Hey, Shauna. Okay, Shauna. Let's look at the other one that you wanted to look at, and then I'll talk to you about these other indicators. This one is called the MACD. And the MACD is like a trend indicator. It kind of tells us, it's like the heartbeat. It tells us how strong the trend is. Is it an upward trend? Is it a downward trend? And how strong it is. The stronger it is, the taller these bars are. They're bright green when it's going up. When they start to turn this dark green, you can see that that trend is waning. The same is true for red. When you see that bright red, the price is dropping rapidly if these bars are really big. And then as they start to turn that dark red, you can tell, okay, the trend is changing. So let's look at the other one. I'm just going to peek over here. Anytime, are you kidding me? Okay, so PFF iShares Preferred and Income Securities. ETF seeks to track investment results of an index composed of US dollar dominated preferred and hybrid securities. Well, thank you. Okay, so PFF is an EFT. Okay. I'm logged into my thinkorswim account. Good, Shauna. Hey, Shauna, this might not be a bad thing to trade today. You might, maybe buy a couple calls. Look at that, because it is definitely trending upward. It can't hurt to practice. What was the other one, Shauna? I'm just scrolling back through the okay, TSM. Let me look at TSM. TSM. Oh, this the semiconductors. I was reading about them. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, see, look at that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Have we been able to get in on it from this morning? Let's see. It opened up at 103, shot up to 105, and then dropped right back down. That's a $2 drop, y'all. That was money, seriously. If you had the wherewithal to jump in, you could have wrote it up. You could have got a little cash coming down. We're not here for a long time, y'all. We just here for a good time. We don't need it to go up for 3 hours. You really only need it to go up for a little bit. I'm going to peek over here just to see what we're doing. And I'm going to peek at our market watch. I like to look at this market watch because it kind of gives me an overview of the sentiment of the day. Let me look at all public companies. Oh, shoot. It looks like a lot of folks are down. Apple's doing well. It's all bright green. Nvidia was the move today, y'all. I don't have Nvidia money. I'm just going to tell the truth. I'm not doing, that's a lot. Nvidia contracts are expensive. I generally don't trade Nvidia. Look, that would have been a nice little sweep up. We'll see. And I had DraftKings here too. Ooh, look at that. Okay, I'm turning on the news. I don't know what's going on. I'm turning the news on because apparently something is going on. Spies.
I grant that.
I'll turn the volume down.
But to
on
me,
the
equal-weighted S&P has been registering what we're dealing with. It's been dealing with all these little scares, the regional bank scare, what the Fed's going to have to do, and the fact that the economy is at least considered to be supposed to slow down at this point. And it hasn't quite taken hold just yet. I would also point out what you were talking about before in terms of. So
we always trade with the news on, because you never know. Something could be happening in the world, and it'll affect your stock.
The bond market front run that a little bit, with the yields going up a lot. And
I'm going to put TSM.
Funds expectations still about June. So there's no way of knowing exactly how much.
Hey, Kathy. How much Fed good to see you. Good to see you, Kathy. Welcome, welcome. Even, by the way, I'm seeing some commentary. I'm going to, Shauna, the other one was TSM. I'm going to look at TSM.
And so that might
again, I'll pull it up.
For all of it. So it leaves us at the top end of the range for the S&P 500.
And this is Taiwan Semiconductors. I think they are in, really partying. Who else does semiconductors? Doesn't Nvidia do semiconductors too? I think they may be in direct competition.
Yeah. What about, I mean, it does bring you back to some extent 25 years ago to the internet craze, or even more than that at this point.
So is there anybody who has any questions about candlesticks? I think it's kind of self-explanatory. When you see these big candlesticks like this, you guys, really any of these, we're retail traders. And by that, I mean, we are just individuals who happen to be trading our own personal investment money, or maybe even if we're in an investment club or whatever. We don't make these big bars. This is institutional trading here. These are the big banks, the hedge funds. They make moves like this. They move candles like this. So, we try to follow the big boys. Whatever the big boys are doing, we try to get in on it. So this would have been a great time. I don't know, I probably would have gotten in until here when I saw it cross through those. But yeah, you can still make some money going up. You can make some money going down. The only thing is, so far, you all, I haven't seen anything that was just like a clear trend. The one we're looking for. We're looking for these to go on. That's nice. That's a nice little run. But this is a bunch of choppy today. Let's look at Netflix and see. Shoot, if anything, we see a bunch of down. We should have been doing puts. I may have to switch over, y'all, so that we can really practice and go in, because I've only got another 45 minutes with you guys tonight. So let me see if anybody has any questions. Yep, Marilyn is giving y'all the good. Will you explain what candlestick colors mean again? Yes. Hey, Sandra and Shauna, a REIT. Are you asking what a REIT is? A REIT is, it's like, you remember the old school mutual funds? A REIT is that for real estate. So there are lots of different real estate companies inside of one REIT. It's kind of like an ETF for real estate. And it's a good way to get into real estate without actually having to purchase property. So you still have, some of them cover commercial real estate. There are all different kinds of REITs, but they certainly are investment vehicles if you're interested in getting into real estate. I wanted us to look at REIT. Okay, so Shauna, do you know which one? Because do you have a particular REIT that you want us to look into? Could you give me the ticker symbol for the REIT that you're interested in? And then while you're looking for the ticker symbol for the REIT, I will go over what the candlestick colors mean. So let me switch over here. We can do it with Netflix. Netflix is just as good. Okay, so I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. Let's see if I can make it a little bigger. Yes, that's perfect. Okay, I'll move this out the way. So this morning, when the market opened, Netflix opened up green candles. I'll start here. Green candles start at the bottom and price goes up. So they open at the bottom and they close at the top. If you'll take a peek right here, I'm on the 2-minute time frame, which means each one of these candlesticks represents 2 minutes of trading time. So in the first 2 minutes of the day, Netflix started out at a price of $397.41. And at the end of that 2 minutes, it closed out at $400.41. So the price jumped up by whatever the difference is between $397.41. It went all the way up to $400. So y'all, that was like a $2. Really? We should have been over here in Netflix at 246. This would have been a nice clean scalp, but you would have had to hit that thing first thing, like as soon as the bell hit, you had your stuff all queued up and you got in on this trade. You could have made some money. You didn't have to stay in long because look, it opened up at 397 and in 6 minutes it went from 397 to 405. You could have been in and out of there. What I would like to do too is there's a way that we can back test. I don't do a lot of back testing, and we should. It's one of the things, it's another component, it's another way for us to practice, paper trades. We can back test and go back in time and see what would have happened had we gotten in this trade at this time. But I'll try to do what Shauna asked, which is a green candle means that there was a preponderance of buyers. In this 2 minutes, there are always buyers and sellers. Every minute of the day, people are buying and selling. But for this 2 minutes, the buyers were in control. There were way more buyers in the market than there were sellers. And you can see, look how tall this volume bar is. The volume bar tells you how many people were in the market. And if you can look over at this number, it's 429,042. And I'm not even sure if that's just raw data or if that's in hundreds of thousands, but we can tell just looking at them in terms of their size and their color that we know for the first 2 minutes of the day, buyers were in control. The second 2 minutes of the day, first 4 minutes, buyers were in control. But you can also see that this bar is shorter, which means there aren't as many buyers now. And then you can see this bar is even shorter. So this is diminishing. The buyers were there for the first 2 minutes. And now you can see that there weren't nearly as many buyers by the 6th minute. So the second candle, same thing. It opens at the bottom and it closes at the top because a green candle tells us that the price is going up. So that makes sense. So this candle opened at $4.15 and it closed, this top part, it closed at $402.37. Let me say that again. It opened up at $400.41. It closed at $402.11. And do you see this wick here, this little thing that's sticking above it? That's called a wick. At one time in that 2 minutes, the price got as high as $404.07. And the way that I'm doing that, you see this line? I have these two intersecting lines. If you follow it all the way over, you'll see the price. This is the axis that holds the price. These numbers here represent the price. So that's what I'm looking at. These numbers along the bottom represent the time. So you can see at 8:30 or 9:30, this is what mine is synced to. When the market opened, and then you can see the next 2 minutes, what that candle represents, and the next 2 minutes. So Shauna, green candles open at the bottom and they close at the top. Those wicks at the top or the bottom represent, the bottom one represents the lowest price that was during that 2 minutes, and the wick at the top represents the highest price that Netflix was in this 2 minutes. And the same is true for this candle. Opens at the bottom, closes at the top. That wick tells us that at one point the price got as high as $404.07. And let's see. Whoa, look at Netflix. Okay. I'm just going to pull it in a little, just watching. Okay. So the same is true for this third candle, and I'll make it bigger again for you. Let's see. Again, it opens at the bottom. That's where price started in this 2 minutes. It closes at the top. This very bottom, that's as low as the price got in that 2 minutes. That wick at the top is as high. And you see it's pointing to that, and it got up to 405.11. So from the time Netflix opened, we already discussed this, it opened at $397 and it got as high as 405. So 397, three more dollars would have gotten you to four. It went $8. It increased by $8, you guys, in 2, 4, 6 minutes. That's a big jump. That's a scalp. That's a definite scalp. Had somebody been right in, you stay in that trade for 3, 4 minutes, you're out of there. And then you got this nice little slide right here. See, that's really the move. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 minutes of the price actually coming down. So let's talk about red candles, because red candles are the exact opposite. Let me just check in the chat. Okay, Invesco TSE. Thank you. Okay, as soon as I get done with the candle, this little overview of candlesticks, we'll go look at TSE. Join community and check. Yep. That's a nice jump. But not only what you could have made money going up, that $8 move, Natasha, you could have made money when the price came down as well. That's why people trade options. The difference is with stocks, you only make money if the stock price goes up. With options, even if the price goes down, we can make money on this move as well. And so let's talk about these red candles. Red candles open at the top and close at the bottom. And that makes sense because red candles show us when the price is going down. So for this 2 minutes, this candle opened at 404.20. And by the time the 2 minutes was over, it was down to let me see, what was that again? It was 404.20. And by the time that 2 minutes was over, this candle, the price of Netflix had dropped down to 402. You see that little wick sticking out? That tells us that was the lowest price. And in that 2 minutes, the lowest price was 401.06. And again, you all can see I'm getting this number because all I'm doing is rolling over to this side on this axis to see where the price was. So we got 2, 4, 6 minutes of price going up. In the 8th minute, price starts to drop. And here, this is a big drop here. So again, red candles open at the top. Makes sense. This is the highest price. And since they represent price going down, they close at the bottom. So this particular candle opened up at 402.50. And the price, it closed at 395.58. And it's got a tiny wick. But at one point during that 2 minutes, the price got down as low as 394.93. So that's how candlesticks work. Green candles represent price going up. Red candles represent when price goes down. Green candles, since the price is going up, they start at the bottom, they open at the bottom, and they close at the top. That makes sense because price is going up. Red candles are the exact opposite. They open up, and by open up, I mean when they start, you'll literally see it fill in. Like, look at this one. This is a red candle. Let's look at that because I'll do it on. Oh, and it just flipped to green. But yeah, it can do that. But what you're looking at is, oh, I wish it would have just filled in red or green because I could have shown you what I mean by open up. But that is just where it starts. It starts here, and as the price goes down, 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 at the end of the 2 minutes, that's where that candle closes. Is that clear? That green candles open at the bottom and price goes up, they close at the top. Red candles open up at the top, and as the price goes down, 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 they close at the bottom. And that's it. The bigger the candle, the bigger the money move. Because it's just a visual representation of price action. So when you see those big long candles like that, we love those because that means momentum. That means the price is dropping fast or it's going up fast. Yeah, Natasha, Marilyn is telling you, don't rush it. Look, it's almost a year for me. I do not trade every day. I still paper trade more than I trade money because I'm still practicing. It can take some time, but I promise you it's not rocket science. You will get it. You'll get it. Yep. And yeah, if you want to join our Zoom class, just email me at fromlack2legacy@gmail.com. Give me your screen name here and your full name, and then I'll email you a link, an invitation, so that you can join us on Wednesday. And we chuckle, we laugh, we talk stocks, but it's really a good time for us to get together. It's low stakes. It is, it's no pressure. There are no dumb questions. Trust me, I ask all the dumb questions. I've made all the dumb mistakes. So it is such a friendly environment. I promise you, it is such a friendly environment. So join us if you want to. Just send me an email and I'll put you on the email list. Okay. And Shauna says, yes, it's the candle color and size. That's clear now. Good. And Shauna, we can go over more of that because these candles, they mean something too. They're communicating. They have names. I was hoping that we could see a doji, but a doji candle is one that you'll see. It doesn't happen as often, but when you see it, it's usually gray. And it's got the long wick, but the body is very thin because the price kind of opened and closed right at the same point. It's almost like the market couldn't decide. They couldn't decide if they wanted to buy or sell. And so the prices it didn't move much. Okay. Any other questions about candlesticks? Okay. And we were going to go look at the ETF. I'm looking back. TSE. Okay, I'm going to pull up TSE. TSE. Okay, here we go. TSE is currently trading at $13.29. But look at this, y'all. Hoo-wee. If you had some puts in, that was some money. That's from last week. It was trading at 15.57 and it's all the way down to 13.29. Again, remember, I said you can make money going up. You can also make money going down. Let me show you all something though. But don't you find this so interesting? Look at this 200 day. The green line represents the average price over 200 days. Look at how it's trading underneath that 200-day moving average. Can you all see that? Here's the 200-day moving average. Look, price was going up. when price was going up, it was above the 200-day moving average. When it crossed under there, look at that. And I don't care what anybody says. You all see this? Look, it's down and then it goes over, down and then it goes over, down and over, down and over. I'm telling you, step back and look at this stuff. This is not, this kind of looks almost like a head and shoulders, too. Could have been. It's not rocket science, folks. It is not. All of these little squiggly lines, I'm going to make them bigger so that they don't look so intimidating. As a matter of fact, I'm going to move it to the 5-minute time frame so that you can really kind of get a visual for what's going on. So here's what TSE is doing today. TSE opened up at 1367, and it looks like it's hit a low of 1324. Look at this. Look at all this red. Straight down. Oh my gosh, Shauna, this would have been a perfect play for a put today, because the price has done nothing but go down. And look how it is down here. Remember we talked about this RSI? This is our relative strength index. Look at it. It hit down here. This is our value of 30. It came up a little bit, back down. It's just down. It's just down in the gutter. Wow, Shauna, that was the move. Y'all be coming up with the moves. Shauna, I would still, if I were you, I would still paper trade this. It's just starting to get oversold here. But look how strong these bars are. Look how strong the TTM squeeze. And it doesn't look like it's about to reverse anytime soon. I don't know. We can pay attention to the RSI if it bounces off of here and starts to turn upward. But I don't know. Looks like it's making new lows. 1319. If it hits another new low, it's a great one. I would paper trade it still. I'm going to just look over here, see what's happening. Okay, so we talked about what a REIT is. A REIT is a fund that has all real estate stocks in it. So it's a way to be in real estate, because I think all good investors you should have stocks, bonds, real estate, at least some. So for some of us who are selling our houses because we've lived in them, we've taken the money out, and the kids are gone, you may still want to have some real estate in your portfolio without actually owning a house or owning an apartment building. You can still have a stake in the real estate game. So when real estate is doing well, yeah, you want to make sure you're diversified. That's why I like you all, I get that EFTs. That's why you want EFTs. Sometimes I say ETFs, y'all. EFTs, ETFs. You all know what I mean. They're like the old school mutual funds. It isn't just one stock. Like Google by itself is one stock. Costco, one stock. Neo, that's a single equity, one stock. DraftKings, all those things, most of these on my watch list are singular stocks, except for there are a few of those old school mutual funds where they can have up to 100 or more different stocks, all in that one little bucket. SPY is one, QQQ is one, IWM, and this REIT that you just gave us is the same thing. So some of them may be heavy in tech stocks. They could have utilities. It could be oil. You can have an oil ETF, EFT. You can have it. It just depends. And I like them because they spread your risk out. So when you trade single stocks, like let's say you're trading Amazon, if Amazon has a bad day, you're having a bad day because all your money is, oh girl, look at it's making new lows. Shauna, are you on this one? I would paper trade this. I would buy a put. I would get in if you can. Yes, it's put. That's put heaven. And has it been read? Let me look at it over on the daily chart. Maryland's, I'm going to go over the daily to the daily chart and see. Ooh, yep. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. But that doesn't surprise me either. Look at this chart. Look at how low the RSI is. Let's see where we are here. It wasn't an upward trend, and then these started turning dark green. Man, Shauna, I that would not have been a bad idea to purchase some puts. And you could practice that in your paper account. Let's see.
The big thing that's comparable is that the incentives of the system are not.
Yep, it's been in red for the last 4 days for certain, and today looks like it's gonna make a fifth.
You do it the way that people are doing in drug discovery, which is you have a highly curated training set.
Okay, so we talked a little bit about candlesticks. Let me talk to you guys about the time frame and why it's important that we look at them on different time frames. If you come up here on your chart, if you hit that, a drop down menu, I hope you guys can see that drop down menu, and it's got all these different time frames. Like we've got the 2-minute time frame, 1 minute. I have 1, 2, and 3. I have a 5-minute, a 15-minute, but generally everybody looks at the hour, the day, and the week. You want to see what the stock has been doing for the last week. You want to know what it's been doing over the last few days. You want to look at your hourly chart too. So we look at them across all those time frames to see if the pattern that we think, or our thesis, what we think is happening, is really happening. If you see the same pattern on the daily, weekly, and this is a good one to look at that, because look at on the daily chart, put heaven. Let's look at it on the hourly chart. Hourly chart says the same thing. Look at it. It's trading underneath all of these moving averages. And look at today. Whoa. Okay, let's look at it on the 15-minute chart. Yeah, look at that. Over the last 45 minutes, straight price drop. And Shauna, these are spread apart. It's just getting to the place where it's oversold. And these bars are nice, bright, red, and strong. It might not be too late to get another put. Look, it's still dropping. I sure hope you got a put on these, at least in your paper account. Man, I'm telling you, that was a play for today. Yep. And it's still dropping, Shauna, 1308. And it's dropping. Let's look at it on the 2-minute chart. Same thing. Yeah. So when you see that consistency over the daily, we can even look at it on the weekly chart. Let me see. Let's see how many has it been going on for week. Yes. Ooh. It's been trading underneath all of these. And it got down to a low of 1277. Yeah, it's been pretty rough. Look at this. Look at our TTM squeeze. Each one of these candles represents 1 week of trading. So over the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks, price has been certainly not going up. It hasn't traded above these moving averages in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 in months. What is that, about 3 months? 2, 3 months? Price has been going down. Yeah. Okay. So what we call that that's called confluence, where you see the same thing over and over and over and over again. That gives you some security that, yeah, okay, if your thesis is that it's time to purchase puts for this, it sure is. Look at it. It's still going down, 1307. And I don't see anything to tell me that it is going to reverse this trend anytime soon. This is on the weekly chart. So now I'm just going to work my way back up. I'm going to now look at the daily chart and look a little more closely. Shauna, this thing is hitting, it's tanking. It's 1305. Please buy a put. Shoot, you're going to make me go buy a put. I think, why don't we, y'all? I can't imagine what they're trading for. So let's go. I'm going to look at it. We've got about 15 more minutes together. This has, let's see, $1.30. These contracts, oh, it just went up to $1.85. So these are $18 a piece. I'm going to purchase one just because. I want to put though.
How are you going to get a return?
Let me get rid of this.
$500 million each time you do a training set.
Delete. Oh, on the put side, that's a whole different ball game. They're $20 a contract. Still, that's very reasonable. Look at this price dropping.
Well, I guess the final question is, you come back to respond.
It's just right before our eyes, Shauna. TSE. I'm putting that on my watch list. TSE. I need to see.
David, I'm worried about what AI does.
TSE is down 56 cents, down 4%, over 4%.
Use of AIs for resume review.
Okay. I don't want to get ahead of myself, y'all. Okay, so let's look at the hourly. I just want to go back and check it. Yep, it's definitely, look at that big old red. Okay, let's look at it on the 15-minute chart.
And I look at it and just go, it just doesn't have to be that way.
Wow.
Slow it down that much.
And then finally, if I was getting ready to enter this trade, I would look at it like on the 2-minute. And yep, it is clearly in a downtrend. The only thing that I would be watching for is that it is starting to get pretty oversold. And you see how these on the 2-minute are starting to, they're not as bright red anymore. They're this dark red. So I'm wondering if this price isn't going to start to consolidate, which is means stabilize, just kind of trade in the range, not go up or down. I'm going to be curious to see, what it does, because it's had a good run of going down. Generally, what will happen is what we call a pullback, and it may go up a little bit, and then it'll continue to go down. So we'll see. Shauna, that was a good one. Whew. Oh my gosh, year to date down 44%. Maryland is, y'all, Maryland is a secret weapon in this camp. Down 44%. And when they say year to date, y'all, it's just June. So over the last 6 months, it has lost 44%. Wow. TSE, not TSC. TSE. Did I put in TSE? Okay, so yeah, I'm going to be watching this. Although the big trend, the overall trend, and we can step back and look at it. But see, what did I tell you? You see that price jump up? Look at this RSI. Look at the yellow. You see how the yellow popped in on our TTM squeeze? You see how these bars are dark red and they're starting to small and get diminished. They're diminishing. I'm expecting that a crossover is going to happen soon, where the blue is going to cross over this yellow. And that crossover is another indicator that the trend is changing. But still, that doesn't mean much. I just think it's going to go up. Remember, we talked about when it's trading underneath them, how it goes. It does this little bunny hop thing underneath those SMAs. That's all. It'll go down and then it'll work its way over to it and then continue its way down. Oh, and here's a doji candle. Let me see if I can blow it up so you can see. You all see these little gray candles? You don't see them very often. But a doji means price isn't going up or down. That's why the body is so thin. The price virtually opened and closed at basically the same level. Yep. That was a good one, Shauna. I wish we had seen that. Man, we could have made some money, down 44% in 6 months. It did nothing but drop, nothing but tank. We looked at TSM too. TSM that's Taiwan, the semiconductors, and then the TSE was the REIT. Did I get that right? TSE, not TSE. Okay, so the TSE is our REIT, and the TSM is our Taiwan semiconductor. We can look back at that one, but that chart didn't look like this one.
This is not an inflation story.
This
TSM This is a story
is
about
Taiwan
15 years of
semiconductor.
in this country.
No, that didn't.
Huge
I don't
supply
think
demand
that
imbalance.
one's gone. No, this one has been doing the up and down thing, Taiwan semiconductors. I know there's some volatility there, but still, that's a nice little jump. That's a nice little drop too, y'all. I think it's a good idea if you just step back and don't look at the big picture, because if you look at all of this stuff, it's like nothing but squiggly lines. Just look at how they are in relation to one another. Look at how oversold this is. You see how it's all down here in this blue? Well, look at what happened down here. It's basically the same little swing, and you can see here red on our TTM squeeze. You can see where the price is going down, and these are red. As the price starts to recover, they turn green. When price goes up, these are bright blue. When price comes down, you see that? This yellow and blue, that's the beginning. The price trend is changing, price is going up. Here, the trend is starting to change from an upward trend going down. It's the same, y'all. All of this is just colors and patterns. It is not rocket science. But TSM now, how many minutes has this been? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I like it. Look at the RSI. It's not overbought yet. Look at this, the beginning of this nice little trend. We're coming out of this yellow going into the blue. Ooh, ooh, ooh. How much are these contracts? Let's look and see. For a call, these are $2. We move that over. So these are $200 contracts. Not bad. Not bad. If somebody got $200 sitting around, you could purchase you one of those contracts, $103.57. Let's see what the price does.
Prices are going to stay fairly high. It's going to be a real affordability crisis for the millennial generation. Many people want to move.
Look, they're talking about real estate, I'm sure.
Do it because prices aren't going to come down in this housing market correction. It's the weirdest housing market correction I've ever seen.
Are they coming down faster than rent prices? Which is more affordable now, buy or rent?
Neither one is really coming down, but rents are coming down faster than home prices.
Across the country?
Mostly, yes.
What about the migration, Glenn? Has that gone the other way after we saw just such big changes and where people?
Yeah, the housing market is a whole confusing thing to me.
Affordability pressure is still driving people into the center of the country, into the Sun
I
Belt,
thought you
into the
told me
American
TSE
South.
was
And
a
so
REIT.
That's where we see the strongest demand. And that's where we're still seeing
TSE is
big
in
wars. It's so crazy. People are
days.
talking on the news about a housing market crisis, but at the same time, a buyer is facing 5 or 6 bids,
wanted us to
especially in
look at a
places like
REIT.
Texas and Florida. So
REIT is
I don't think that's going to stop
Invesco
anytime soon. The one
TSE.
exception in Texas is that Austin
Is
is pretty flat.
TSE? Because see,
Yeah,
I'm
well,
not
also
familiar
Boise,
with
I
it.
mean,
I thought,
a couple
Shauna, I
of those
thought you
places
said
that were particularly
REIT is Invesco TSE.
Yeah.
they benefited from that move do seem to be coming down year over year, right?
Right.
Well,
Well,
I
these
don't know,
little
but
boom
Taiwan
towns that
Semiconductor is
suddenly had
taking
a
off.
million Californians trying to come in and buy up the whole city. Those are the ones that have gone up and down like
Wow.
crazy. But even then, I think people have been really rate sensitive in Boise. So if rates come down just a tick, all of a
103.
sudden we've got a bunch of buyers in Boise out of the woodwork.
Somebody
and
look
then
at
they'll go back up a tick,
TSM,
and it'll
Taiwan
be a very quiet
Semiconductor,
weekend.
for a
So even those
call.
markets are really
It is
rate sensitive
above
right now.
these.
Buyers are
I
looking
don't
to
know
get
if it's
in,
going to run into some
but they just need
resistance
a
at
break on rate, and maybe the debt ceiling deal will do it.
103.76.
This is the least
But
happy
that
I've
was
heard
a
you in a
nice little
while, Glenn.
run.
So
I'm
how do
gonna
you
go
grow
to
you
the
know what? I just
5
have
minute.
bronchitis.
Oh, okay.
I just have
Okay, that
bronchitis.
explains it. Okay. I thought maybe it was the market getting you down. How do you grow your business in this kind of
5, 10,
environment?
15,
We've all
20
seen the stock
minutes.
collapse from the 2021 levels.
Yeah.
How are you
If it
pivoting?
can make it above this,
Well, we're pretty proud of the fact that we've come back from
103,
about $3 a share up to 9 or 10. I haven't checked this morning. Oh, you got it on the
70.
chart. Thank
9.
you.
$9.
We paid down our
We'll
debts. Our
see.
It was
website is
100
And
in
if we get a little
21.
crossover
its major
here,
rivals. We've
I
got
like how
a
this
higher share of
RSI is
demand
right
than
here
ever
in the middle,
before. We
gives
just have
you
to
some room
execute
to
against
go
this. I'm actually pretty
up.
bullish right now on Redfin in the second half.
This
Promised investors
dark
that we
red
would break
here
even
is
this
telling
year.
us
If we
that
could do that in a
that
day,
downward
we'll make
trend,
so
of
much
course, is
money.
coming to an end. And of course, this all correlates with that. We want to see some more of these volume bars coming in green too.
Glenn, but appreciate you taking time.
103.54.
Great to see you guys. Bye.
Thanks, Ben. Coming up at the top of the hour, we'll speak with the National Economic Council Deputy Director Bharat Ramamurthy about
Any
the debt
news
deal.
going on?
Find out what the White House thinks it's
I
going to do for
did
this
say that.
economy.
Don't mind
Should we
me.
see that both sides
So
deliver on
TSE
debt
is a
deal
REIT,
to
right?
finalize this agreement before June
Weighted
6th?
index
That's
based on
picture
all
of the
REITs listed
Don't
in
go
the
anywhere. We're
Tokyo
back in just a
Stock
moment.
Exchange.
Down 100 points. S&P still positive.
Y'all don't know. Maryland is like Maryland studies this stuff. Maryland sends me videos all the time. Chris Sane is a killer. Y'all, if you're not following him, I like Chris Sane. I like Oliver Velez. And I'm telling you, another dude to watch, and he's pretty good, is Brandon Trades. He only does, well, not only, but he focuses on QQQ and SPY. Those are the other not REITs, Lord, the EFTs. And he will do individual stocks as well. But Maryland gave you a great list. So check those people out. If you aren't following them, please do yourself a favor. It's free learning. I promise you, it's free. It's free. It's free. It's free learning. I have almost Google TSE REIT index options. Okay. Yep. So if you're interested in getting into real estate, but you don't want to purchase real estate, you don't want to be a landlord, you don't want to be responsible for the upkeep, REITs are another way to get some real estate into your portfolio without actually having to purchase property. But the housing market is so crazy now. So, but when times are good, when housing is doing good, and when it starts to take off, that might be a good time to consider putting some REITs, getting some REITs in there. See, and I'll be honest with y'all, I like stocks that move fast. Like Tesla moves fast. These don't move fast. What is Tesla doing? Nvidia would have been a move today. Let's see. Netflix would have been a move today. Let's look and see. Yep, look at them. They're on the move now. So Netflix just started. This is 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. We're coming out of this. Let's look at Nvidia. What is Nvidia doing? I like the way Netflix is looking, y'all. For maybe a trend reversal. You see it did that whole down thing, crossed through all of those. Now it is trading above all of these. That's a good sign. We've got this here in our MACD showing us that we got a trend change. We got a little crossover there. We got these green bars coming in. I just don't like that it's not a whole lot of volume here, but I appreciate that the RSI is right here. It's not overbought yet. yeah, this, I would be watching Netflix to see if the price is going to continue to go up the rest of the day. I would be watching Netflix. Keep your eye on it. And what else? Anything else? Nvidia, but I can't see what Nvidia is doing.
Wanted to get to something we've been following.
No, Nvidia looks like it's all caught up here. This is what is called consolidation, where the price isn't doing anything. It's not going up, it's not going down, it's just doing that sideways trading. And when you see that, you know what happens. Look at your RSI. It's just hanging right out there in the middle too. That's not, no money's being made sitting right there in the middle. You need these sweeping things like this when it goes up, because look, once it goes up high like that, what's it going to do? It's going to come down. Or when it's really down low, I'm trying to find one. Ooh, Nvidia.
You never know.
Might be clearer on Netflix. That kind of swing. There it is right here. Look at this swing right here. This is what I'm talking about. You all see that? Where it was down here, it was oversold and it shot all the way up here. Is now overbought. Look at the price. This was the day to trade. I think, did we trade that day? No, because this was the last. I don't think I got in on this. Look at that. All day, straight up. This is what I like to trade. These are the kind of days right here that I like to trade. Because there's nothing to it. It's just set it and forget it. Put your money in and look at this. Look at that. That big sweeping move up. Bam, bam. Yeah. Netflix is killing the game, y'all. Yep. Okay. Let me get over here in the chat and see if we got any questions. All right, ladies. I hope you got something out of today. Certainly, we talked about what REITs are. We talked about what EFTs are. An EFT is like the old school mutual fund where they have multiple stocks in there. It helps, it's diversified. It helps spread out your risk as opposed to purchasing one stock. Because if you put all your money in Tesla and then Tesla tanks, well, okay, you got to take that ride. But if you have your money in like an EFT, like SPY or QQQ, you spread that risk out because they have Tesla, Amazon, Google, they got all the stuff in there. So Tesla might be having a bad day, but the other 400 stocks or the other 35 stocks in that fund might be having a great day. So you don't really have to take, the risk of investing in just one single stock. So I know a lot of people like to invest in those equities because they you can diversify and kind of spread your risk out. Yes. And we talked about what candlesticks are, how green candles open at the bottom and they close at the top. That makes sense because the price is going up. We talked about the wicks at the top or the bottom being the very high of that time frame, and the wick at the bottom is the lowest price that equity reached in that time frame. And red candles are the exact opposite. They open at the top and then they close at the bottom because price is going down. And again, the same thing, they have those wicks that are sticking out the top or the bottom. Those wicks at the top will represent what the highest price was, and the wick at the bottom will represent what the lowest price was in that time frame. We also talked about looking at the correlation between all of your indicators. And are your indicators all saying the same thing? And looking across time frames, like if you see a stock has been going down for the last 3 months and you look at it on the weekly time frame, the daily time frame, the hourly time frame, and you see the same thing, that's called confluence. That's a good thing. You can be basically sure, okay, yeah, that's a pretty stable trend because I see it across all the time frames. It doesn't always happen like that though. So, but when you see that, that is an indicator that yes, this is what my thesis is credible. I will say that. So we talked about a little bit of everything today. If you want to get in on the Zoom classes on Wednesdays, we try to do them every other Wednesday. Just send me your information, your first name, your last name. If it's different from your screen name, send that to fromlacktolegacy@gmail.com, and then I will send you out a link. And I'll also, once we do those recordings, I drop them into a Google Drive, and you can request access to the Google Drive as well, so that you can even go back and look at some of the old Zoom sessions. And that might be helpful too. All right, folks, it's 11 o'clock p.m. here, and I made it. I made it. Thank you all for joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. Please share the channel. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers. I want to thank everybody. And to my sister Marilyn, thank you. That's my right hand. Marilyn keeps this ship afloat. She makes this thing go. And Marilyn, thanks for always having having my back and backing me up. Yep. I am definitely, as soon as I close this computer, y'all, I'm gonna roll over. I promise you. I will be asleep before y'all, because it's 11 o'clock in the day for you all. But I encourage you, please keep looking, y'all. Follow Netflix today and see what Netflix does, because I think Netflix is gonna take off. Look at Tesla. I should have gave y'all some price levels. And also check out Brandon Trades, because he does a great job of giving you price levels. Chris same too. Don't miss either one of those. And we will do it again on Thursday. All right, folks, I'm out. Take care, everybody. Marilyn, I'll talk to you in a little bit. Bye, loves.